The West Coast Eagles' new CEO, Don Pike, made changes. So got the banner back and got rid of the eagle head.
Yep.
Right.
Is the song, do you think?
Songs on the
I like this version of the song.
Songs on the death door.
No,
So he's
I like
made that change.
version.
And now he got rid of Simpson. And now he's brought in McQualter. He's making some heavy changes, he's Don Pike.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of those changes has joined us on the line right now.
Do you like them all?
I like them all, and I like this one. Andrew McQualter is the new coach of the West Coast Eagles. Belatedly, but welcome to Perth and congratulations, Andrew. Appreciate your time this morning.
No problems, guys. Good morning.
It's crazy. I know it's crazy with a young family dragging them across the country and being an Inverloch and then finding out and getting there and getting on a plane and coming across. Sum up the last 24, 48 hours for you.
That's half the fun, isn't it? It's been a hell of a whirlwind, but obviously a really exciting time for my family and myself, and something we're really looking forward to.
Do you realise what you've got yourself in for in regards to coming to WA? Have you spoken to Harley Reid about being under pressure?
Well, I was worried just to begin our conversation you were going to say you were not happy with this change, so that wouldn't have been a good start.
I think he's made some really poor decisions, Pikey. Anyway.
No, look, I understand what it's about. I understand the job and how big a job is and how many people care about the football club. I think that's the beauty of footy. It brings so many people together. So certainly I understand the responsibility involved, but I love that part of it as well.
I thought you were going to open up the chat, Goss, with like all journalists when the new person gets off the plane, they're standing at the airport and they say, "So Andrew, what do you think of Perth?"
Been here enough.
Terrific airport.
Yeah, great airport. Hey, mate, congratulations from us, and we wish you all the best on it, mate. My question, we were talking about it yesterday, was, I know it's early, but in the back of your mind, you would have your desired team around you. I'm not asking for names, but will you be bringing people with you to sit in the box with you and keeping a few here in Perth, obviously?
Yeah, look, I'm a big believer in it takes a whole team to get a footy club working. It's never one person's job. So I'll certainly be keen to put the best team together we can for the playing group, and that might be internal or external. So we'll get to work to that over the next few days and try to put together the best group of guys that we can.
So is that a matter of you getting to know your playing group? And you don't have time, a lot of time to do that. But will you say, right, let me meet as many of the boys as I possibly can while some are still on leave, and let me figure out what sort of people they need around them?
Oh, look, I think all playing groups will be reasonably similar in that aspect. It'll be more just about getting the best coaches available and the best people that want to come in and help take this group forward. So it won't, I'll look to meet as many players as possible, but I don't think that will influence the coaching groups much.
All right, I'm a bit more invasive, Andrew, in regards to my line of questioning.
Yeah.
So stand by.
I'm pushing myself back, all right?
All right, so these are the things I want to know, right? I've got a very voyeuristic view of this. When you're in the car or wherever you were and Pike's name comes up on your phone, do you turn to your wife or whoever you're with and go, "This is it"? Like whether it was good news or bad, what was the first thought that came in your mind when the phone rang that it was Don Pike?
I was concentrating very hard because it was pouring rain as I was driving, and I actually missed his call because I had to pull over. I wanted to just jump out of the car and take it, but it was absolutely that. I knew that it was the call that was he was going to tell me yes or no. So I jumped out of the car in the rain and fortunately got the good news and I turned around to my family and gave them a thumbs up and then continued to chat to Pikey for about 10 minutes.
You had no idea what you said after that, did you? You had no idea for the next 10 minutes what you spoke about because, you had to get home and, of course, Pikey went around and met the family and did all that sort of stuff. So it is a crazy, crazy world. And again, the other thing is just the logistics of moving from over there. And Adam Simpson's done it. I mean, who do you seek counsel from in regards to that? That's a big upheaval. I know you did it as a player when you went up to the Gold Coast, but, I mean, life was very different for you then.
Yeah, it's pretty easy with no kids when you move. The club's been amazing already so far and the support they've provided over the last 24 hours. And even throughout the whole process, you could sense that they were going to be really supportive of whoever got the job. In terms of a relocation and helping families sort schools and all sorts of that stuff. So we'll just be not in a massive rush to settle. We'll look around for a little while. The family probably won't move until the new year. So we'll be able to find the best location for us and settle into the community and that's something we're really looking forward to.
I've got a beautiful house in Wembley Downs as we speak. So
did you know Goss is a real estate agent
I
as
do
well?
real estate, Andrew. I've got a really nice
right.
house in Wembley Downs. It's a 4x2 two-story. Wembley Downs, if you don't know, is a beautiful spot.
Yeah. It's one of your current players'
It's one of your players' houses.
Anyway, yeah.
Right, okay. Well, I might be able to get a discount then.
Hey,
There's some arrangements can be made.
let me tell you, if you knew him, there's no discounts. That's one thing.
Right,
Okay. Now, right back to the very start, you talked about yesterday with the media, and every time you spoke to someone, you talked about how many people have messaged you and stuff. Who was the first text you got? Who was the first text message you got?
Oh, gee, good question. I was at the airport. Actually, randomly, Chris Judd was at the airport, and I was talking to him at about the time that it came out. So that was he was probably the first person to be across it. Elijah Hewitt was actually one of the very first in the club to send me a text.
Clever.
So he was up nice and early, just obviously training really hard, and send me a text, which is good.
That's what the text would have been too. So I'm just taking a break from my run just to wish you all the best. Hey, now did it all? I would have been surprised. I wouldn't have been surprised actually. Is that when you got off the plane here for your presentation, the first time you came over to present to the board and to the panel, and you had to find a taxi to get there. Was that almost enough for you to say they haven't sent me a car? Or when's the next flight out of here? We thought that was horrible work.
No, I'm a very humble person, and I am no problems whatsoever getting a taxi.
I would have turned around straight away.
3 years. That's been reported, and the club has announced that as 3 years. I'd love to know what you think you can do within 3 years.
Yeah, look, it's one of those things. I think football can change really quickly, and I said that yesterday. So I don't really look at it as a 3-year thing. I'm looking at it as a long-term view, but we're aiming to get better as of today. We're obviously position on the ladder for the last couple of years is not where we want to be. So we know we need to improve really quickly to catch up to the competition. But the beauty is, and you saw it this year throughout the whole league, it's not that big a gap between the top and the bottom. Lots of teams can defeat all teams, and it's just about building a system and a belief within the playing group and looking to improve our players as much as we can. And you never know what can happen.
You said yesterday too that you're going to bring, you've been at Richmond for a long time and in Melbourne this year, and you're going to bring, a bit of Richmond the way they play and a bit of Melbourne the way they play. Can you not bring the way that Melbourne play?
They've been pretty bloody good defensively for the last 4 years, so there's some stuff that they do that we'll definitely try. And I learned some great stuff from the Melbourne Footy Club. So that's what footy's about, pinching things from everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and then there's also other speculation that, like Clayton Oliver could be available, although it's a big contract. And then there's a, Christian Petrarca situation. Cozzy Pickett situation. Come on. I mean,
it's not just a Richmond team you're going to mug.
Yeah.
You can mug Melbourne too.
How much of that is real stuff? How much of that stuff is real where everyone goes, oh, he should be able to bring these blokes, and ring this bloke and ring that bloke, and Shea Bolton should come and all this sort of stuff. How much of that is real and how much of that is pure footy fantasy?
We'll find out in the next few weeks, I suppose. But look, I think that it's anytime you're in a football club, you're looking to improve your football club with your players and your staff anytime you can. So if there's opportunity to do that through relationships that people have got, we will look to do that. But ultimately, I think it's not easy to do, as we know, and people have got to want to come, and you've got to pay for people to come to your football club as well. So that'll be something we work through over the next little period of time. But if we can bring great people in, we'll be looking to do so.
Alrighty, so give us the next 48 hours for Andrew McQualter and family. Are you in football mode now, or are you still family mode?
No, I'm ready to get to work. I'm about to walk over to work now, and I think there's an all-staff meeting this morning. So I'm in. I'm actually not exactly sure what the rest of the day looks like yet, but I'm ready to work. We're fortunate. My wife's family came over as well, her parents. So they'll go and visit around town a little bit for the next few days, and I'll be looking to get into work and start meeting people as much as I can.
We've loved the vision of you with your daughters, mate, girl dad, and we've loved all that, mate. So we wish you all the best and to your family. Now, Goss has sent me some homework. for tomorrow's show. You might want to listen in from 6 till 8 tomorrow on the Eagles' best 23. I'll send it straight to you once it's done.
Send me a text, mate. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll shoot it through, and I'm sure you'll play them exactly where they like. But I've got Baker and Graham in there as well, so don't let us down there. But yeah, we're going to come up with that 23 tomorrow for you. Okay, so your work's almost done.
Well, let's look back at it in round one and see how close you get.
Hey, good on you, mate. Welcome to Perth, and enjoy this crazy world that you're about to be engulfed by over here in WA. Thanks for joining us.
No problems. Good to chat, guys.
Andrew McQualter, the new coach of the West Coast Eagles.